Have you ever felt like you're trapped in a cycle, repeating the same struggles over and over again? It's as if life keeps presenting you with the same challenges, no matter how hard you try to move past them. These cycles might appear as constant self-doubt, a tendency to procrastinate, or even staying in situations you know are no longer good for you. But here's the truth. These patterns don't define who you are. They're not your destiny. They're invitations to grow. Each cycle, no matter how painful or frustrating, carries a lesson waiting to be discovered. Cycles like these can feel overwhelming, but you're not alone. God has chosen you for a greater purpose, and part of that purpose is breaking free from what holds you back. It's not by chance that you're here today, reflecting on your life and wondering, how do I move forward? That spark of curiosity and desire for change is a divine sign that you're ready to rise above. Think about it. What if the cycles in your life were actually opportunities in disguise? What if every challenge you face was meant to prepare you for something greater? Recognizing this truth can transform the way you see yourself and your journey. As we dive into this journey together, we'll explore what these cycles are, how they manifest, and most importantly, how you can overcome them. Along the way, you'll learn to see yourself as God sees you, not defined by your struggles, but strengthened by them. Are you ready to take that first step toward freedom? If so, let's begin. Have you noticed how certain situations in your life seem to repeat? Maybe it's always falling into relationships that leave you feeling unfulfilled, or finding yourself stuck in jobs where your potential isn't fully recognized. These repeating patterns can feel like a maze with no exit. But the first step to breaking free is recognizing the cycle. Negative cycles often hide behind what feels comfortable or familiar. For example, staying in a job or relationship that doesn't align with your true purpose might seem easier than facing the unknown. Yet, comfort isn't always a sign of alignment. It's often a sign of fear. Pause and reflect. What cycles are keeping you stuck? Perhaps it's a voice in your head saying, "You'll never succeed, so why try?" Or a habit of putting others' needs before your own, leaving you exhausted and unfulfilled. These patterns aren't just obstacles. They're signals from within, and perhaps even from God, guiding you to address what's holding you back. That subtle nudge you feel, the one that whispers you're meant for more, is no coincidence. It's an invitation to confront the cycles head-on and step into the purpose you were chosen for. For instance, imagine you've been avoiding a dream because you fear failure. The cycle of procrastination or self-doubt might feel like a safety net, but in reality, it's keeping you from experiencing the growth and joy God has in store for you. The moment you recognize this is the moment you take back your power. So, what's the next step? Start by questioning your choices. When you catch yourself repeating a pattern, ask, why am I doing this? What am I afraid of? Understanding the root of the behavior, often fear or a limiting belief, is key to breaking free. Lastly, remember this. God doesn't call you to a purpose without equipping you for it. The courage to face these cycles is already within you, waiting to be unleashed. Every small step you take toward change is a victory, a testament to your resilience and divine strength. Breaking these patterns won't happen overnight, but as you begin to see them for what they are, you'll realize they were never meant to define you. They were meant to prepare you. Have you ever stopped to wonder why certain challenges keep appearing in your life? It's easy to see these moments as setbacks or even punishments, but what if there's something entirely different? What if every challenge you face is an opportunity, an invitation to grow and become stronger? Often, it feels natural to ask, why is this happening to me? But let me challenge you to shift that perspective. Instead of focusing on the why, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? This small change in mindset opens the door to profound transformation. Cycles that seem negative are not random. They serve a deeper purpose. Think about it. When you're faced with adversity, you're forced to dig deeper, to find strength and resilience you didn't know you had. That's not by accident. God uses these moments to mold and prepare His chosen ones for a greater purpose. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. The incline feels steep, and every step challenges your strength and endurance. It's tempting to turn back, but each step upward builds your muscles and prepares you for the summit. Life's challenges work the same way. They're not meant to break you, but to build you into the person you're destined to become. Take a moment to reflect. What challenges in your life are shaping you right now? Is there a pattern of financial struggles, emotional pain, or even career setbacks? Instead of feeling defeated, consider how these difficulties might be guiding you toward a stronger, wiser version of yourself. When you trust that God has a plan for you, even the most painful experiences take on new meaning. You begin to see them not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones, each one leading you closer to your purpose. The key is to embrace these moments with faith and an open heart, trusting that there's a reason behind them. So, how do you find the purpose in your challenges? Start by journaling your thoughts. Write down what you're going through and look for patterns. Often, the lessons become clear when you take the time to reflect. Ask yourself, what qualities is the situation teaching me? Patience? Strength? Compassion? Finally, remember this. Challenges are not a sign of failure. They're proof that you're growing. God doesn't place obstacles in the path of those He hasn't already equipped to overcome them. You have everything you need to rise above, and every challenge you face is a reminder that you are being prepared for something extraordinary. Breaking free from negative cycles begins with a simple yet powerful act: making a conscious choice. You cannot change what you don't acknowledge, and the first step toward transformation is awareness. Have you ever noticed how certain patterns seem to repeat themselves? Maybe it's always choosing relationships that drain your energy, or perhaps it's procrastinating when you know you should act. These patterns aren't just habits. They're cycles that keep you stuck. But here's the good news. They can be broken. The first step is awareness. Take a moment to observe your thoughts and behaviors. What situations trigger negative responses in you? For example, do you react with anger when you feel misunderstood? Or do you retreat when faced with a challenge? Simply recognizing these patterns gives you the power to change them. Once you're aware, the next step is making small, intentional choices. It's not about transforming your life overnight. It's about taking small steps every day that lead to bigger changes. If you're someone who struggles with procrastination, commit to spending just 5 minutes on a task you've been avoiding. If you tend to react with frustration, pause and take a deep breath before responding. These small actions might seem insignificant, but they're the building blocks of change. But let's be honest, change isn't easy. This is where faith and trust come in. Trust that God has placed these challenges before you not to break you, but to refine you. When you feel the pull to fall back into old habits, remember that every choice you make to resist is an act of courage and faith. Imagine a person climbing out of a deep hole. Each small foothold, each grasp for support, represents a decision to move upward rather than stay stuck. It's hard work, but with each move, they come closer to the light. That's what breaking cycles feels like. It's a climb, but every step is progress. Here's an exercise to help. Identify one negative pattern in your life. Write it down. Then, write one small action you can take today to challenge that pattern. For instance, if you often doubt yourself, write down one thing you've achieved recently. If you tend to isolate yourself, make a point to call a friend or connect with someone. Remember, each step you take is a declaration of faith. You're telling yourself, I am capable of change, and more importantly, you're aligning with God's plan for you. He didn't create you to live in cycles of frustration and doubt. He created you to thrive, to grow, and to live in alignment with your purpose. Every decision you make to break free is a step toward the life you're meant to live. The power to change is already within you. It's just waiting for you to make that conscious choice. Breaking free from negative cycles is a powerful step, but the real challenge lies in maintaining that transformation. Change isn't a one-time event. It's a journey that requires persistence, support, and self-reflection. Let's start with persistence. Change often feels exhilarating at first, but as time goes on, doubts can creep in. You may find yourself slipping back into old habits or feeling like the effort isn't worth it. This is where consistency becomes your greatest ally. Remember, every small step counts. Even on days when progress feels slow, the mere act of showing up for yourself is a victory. Creating an environment of support is equally important. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Seek out friends, family, or mentors who inspire growth and hold you accountable to your goals. Additionally, consider the habits and routines you allow in your life. Do they align with the person you're becoming? If not, it's time to reassess. For example, if you're striving for peace, limit exposure to negativity, whether from people, social media, or your own thoughts. Another key practice is daily self-reflection. Take a few minutes each day to evaluate your progress. What went well? What could you improve? Use this time to celebrate your victories, no matter how small, and to plan your next steps. Reflection helps you stay connected to your purpose and ensures you're continually moving forward. Think of transformation as tending to a garden. It requires regular care, watering, pruning, and nurturing. You don't see the flowers bloom overnight, but with patience and consistency, the results are undeniable. Similarly, your emotional and mental freedom isn't a final destination. It's a continuous journey. Whenever you feel discouraged, remind yourself of this. God's plans for you are greater than any challenge you face. He walks with you every step of the way, offering guidance and strength. Trust in His timing and trust in your ability to persevere. To sustain your growth, ask yourself daily, am I making choices that align with my purpose? Am I surrounding myself with positivity and encouragement? How can I show gratitude for the progress I've made? The answers to these questions will keep you grounded and motivated. Freedom from negative cycles isn't just about breaking free. It's about choosing that freedom every day. With persistence, support, and faith, you'll find that the transformation you've worked so hard for becomes an integral part of who you are. Breaking free from negative cycles is more than just a moment of decision. It's a commitment to your growth and purpose. As we bring this journey to a close, let's revisit the key steps that can transform your life. First, it starts with recognizing the cycles. Awareness is a foundation of change. By identifying the patterns holding you back, you begin to reclaim your power. Next, understand that challenges are not punishments. They are opportunities. When you embrace the lessons hidden within difficulties, you step closer to the person you're meant to be. From there, it's about making conscious choices. Every small decision can either reinforce an old pattern or create a new path. This is where faith plays a crucial role. Trusting in God's plan allows you to overcome fear and uncertainty, moving forward with courage. And finally, sustaining transformation requires persistence and reflection. By surrounding yourself with support and remaining consistent, you ensure that the changes you've worked so hard to make become a lasting part of your life. Throughout this process, remember, you are not alone. God walks beside you, offering guidance, strength, and love. He sees your struggles and celebrates your victories. Trust in Him as you take each step, knowing that His plans for you are for freedom and abundance, not limitation. Now, it's time to act. What is one small step you can take today to break free from a cycle that's been holding you back? Maybe it's choosing forgiveness, prioritizing self-care, or simply pausing to reflect on what truly matters. Whatever it is, take that step now. Here's a truth to hold on to. You were created for freedom. You are not meant to live bound by fear, doubt, or habits that don't serve your purpose. The life you envision, full of peace, growth, and fulfillment, is within your reach. But it starts with one decision, your decision. Today is the day to rewrite your story. The first chapter of your new journey begins with the actions you take now. Trust yourself. Trust the process, and trust the divine guidance that lights your path. You are chosen, and your transformation is just the beginning. So, what will your first step be?